Last year, our intention of this panel was we saw a lot of companies struggling, so we thought going international would be a good way to sort of diversify and find an additional way to make revenue and make income. And maybe as we look at it this year, you could look at it as hopefully most companies have now come back to regular revenue levels. Lou mentioned to me they had a conference or something a week or so ago where it seems like most companies have begun to see their previous revenues come back to where they were, growth come back to where it was before. And so maybe now is just a good time to get into some of these international markets, find out what can be done there, and how you can increase your business, I think is really maybe the best way to look at it at this point. So as I mentioned, I've got a few questions here, and I'm going to address these to the panel, and anybody who wants to answer those is welcome to do that. And I may address a few to specific people as we go here. But as a specific question, I think I'd like to start out with how do you know when and where to expand when you're starting to look at that option as your business? I think, go ahead.
Keith's the guy.
Keith, go ahead and start us off.
Gee, Lou says I'm the guy.
You were the guy. You were the guy.
See, now it's the woman. Mart Doors is in 40 countries with distributors. We have Mart Doors installed in 93. How do you decide? You know, what I said, first of all, if you're not in the market, then go to the team. You can work with the Commerce Department. They will pull out the reports where we're exporting certain products. You can work with the World Trade, and they'll coordinate you to all these groups. So you start with the people that you're paying your taxes to. That's free. If you go to a country, that is the expensive one. Oh, gee, it's wonderful. I enjoy it. You name the country. I even know the airports. But the homework's done here before you go. Their programs are very inexpensive compared to doing it yourself. They have professionals. I'm going to praise you a little bit because I've worked very hard with this team as well as the state of Utah. And so after you do the homework, you can do something like I did. I went to England, my very first contact in 1988. I had appointments that they had made for me through the Commerce Department. I took a sample, and I had 3 names, Chamberlain Doors, and I can't remember the other 2. But I showed my product, and they went, wow, we haven't seen that kind of quality and product in our country. Hey, I knew I was in there. Okay. One of those names, Chamberlain Doors, has bought millions of dollars. They're still our distributor. They're still my good friends. And when I retired, I got emails from Roy Chamberlain, Karen Diggle, the chief officers in that company. Use them. Then, hey, you can go there. You can develop the people. Now we have something right now we didn't have when I started with Dave called the Internet. Make sure you have a very good web page. We get a lot of emails, right, Corey? A lot of emails. We have developed some very fine companies through the web. We have a program. We'll start out sending them materials. We'll see if they like what they see. We'll see if they will spend money. Will they buy a garage door? Will they give them a discount? Can we tell them that, hey, you buy the first door and pay for the freight, and then we'll credit to you when you buy a container? Yeah. If they will spend money, then we're interested. Will they buy a container? Now, what happens if they buy a container? That tells me they have a minimum of $30,000 to buy the container because that's what it costs. Well, if you have $30,000, that means you have money to advertise the products. That means you have developed a good company to service the product. That means my name would be protected. I gave you 10 keys, and I spent a little time to expand it out to you. This is what we used in Martin Doors at different times. Sometimes it was all 10 to get somebody. Sometimes it was just 1 or 2. But you can find out by using this, by using the internet, follow up. If someone sends you an email that you can barely read because of the English, don't throw it in the trash. With that barely able to read email, we made $500 to $1 million. When I set up our dealer in southern China, this is how fast I could speak English to him. He translated every word. Corey and I know how to slow down to help them. And so just because their English isn't good, don't worry about answering their email. That is a good call. They wouldn't have sent anything to you if they weren't interested. Follow up. And these are all been good. There's other things I'm sure the other panelists have ideas too.